to Honorable Mentions, the weekly show where we look at the only tweets that are any good. My name is Rachel. I am your co-host for the show. I have my soda and I have my beer, and I'm ready to stream. The show is not just hosted by me, though. It's also hosted by one other person. He is a godsend. He is a manna from heaven. He is a great man. He is literally a man from heaven. Give it up for my best friend in the whole world, Adi Heller. Give it up.
Hello, best friend in the whole world, Rachel.
Adi, where are you streaming from tonight?
Tonight we're just we're in the corner. We're in the corner in the basement. I've chosen a new angle. You can see the water heater and the copper piping anymore. It's I don't know, how does this look? I feel like it's for a slight angle turn. I really like it.
Yeah, it's a little bare. It's a little like, is this like where a Saw movie would be? It's a little bare. But I think if you put up a couple posters, like a hang in there poster, and then like a
car,
like a car, or like a babe, then it would really start to spice things up. If you could put up two babes, one on each side, a brunette and a blonde babe, please. Then
okay.
I think yeah.
Can we take it back a second? Which looks more like it's in a Saw movie? This?
Yeah.
Or that?
They're just different acts. Like one is in the first act of the movie, and you're in the third act of the movie.
Okay. Do they escape at the end?
They do, but they're bleeding so bad that you think they probably won't make it.
Speaking of people who we hope will make it, we've got two guests tonight. They're fantastic. They're very, very funny people, doing different things in Boston and surrounding area, comedy, improv, and maybe otherwise. They can talk about the stuff they're doing if they want to, but they agreed to join us on the program, and very excited to have Ben Moser and Sarah Teague.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Everybody.
I would be so scared if I were not in the safety of my own home to be cut into a million pieces and maybe not survive.
I'm glad you're not scared.
I'm terrified. Just deer in headlights now. Yeah, now that I've seen like I was fine with this angle. This angle is calming. This angle does have like big dorm energy, and then you like swung it over to the other end. Now, so yeah, this is a serial killer's house and not a dorm.
It just gets worse if I keep going.
Oh no, there's a weird table setup. Yeah, that
an oil tank.
Yeah, that oil tank is foreboding. I try not to. No, I'm just staring at it.
It's gonna haunt you now.
Yeah.
I think it really speaks to the necessity of finishing one's basement. There's nothing more horrible in American life than an unfinished basement. If you have a basement out there, please finish it, because otherwise it's spooky scary. So Sarah and Ben, before we start, this show is about the internet. It is about Twitter specifically. So I'd love to hear from you guys before we get started looking at tweets. What are your experiences with Twitter? Are you ever on it? Do you ever look at tweets? Do you feel like you have a grasp on what the Twitterati are talking about today?
I think I'm probably on Twitter too much. It's my social media of choice, because I'm as young as I am. I'm not as young as I used to be. I know there are better ways to connect with people than Twitter. It's where I'm comfortable. I'm just being honest. I can tweet out my my little gripes and things and just waste the day away. It's wonderful.
Oh, I'd love to visit your gripes at some point during the show.
Please do.
Just to see how little you're like, oh, those are actually bigger. Sarah's just being really modest.
Yeah, no, Sarah, I'm a fan of Sarah's internet gripes. And I will say they're on very significant things.
They're on a variety of significant things, yes.
And also, Sarah, if you ever want to start your own segment on the show called Sarah's Little Grapes, we would be privileged to have it.
Oh, wonderful. I will keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
Ben, how do you interact with Twitter? Do you check it every day? Do you know who's on it? What's your deal with this platform?
Yeah, I'm specifically on Twitter either like for all day for several days in a row, and then not at all for several days in a row. And it's not a conscious choice. It's not like I'm giving this up. It just works out that way. Some days I've got nothing better to do. Some days I just whatever's going on in the world makes me want to keep refreshing the feed because somebody's going to have that same take, but with the right wording.
I see. And he is a master of the Chiron. Ben, thank you. You sounds like you are on it a lot of the time, sometimes and not on it. Other times I'm on it all the time because I never have anything better to do. It is the thing that I get to do. Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna look at some of the best tweets of the week. I'm gonna share my screen. And Adi's going to let me share my screen, and we're going to get to it. We're going to go to the folder where I've kept. Woo!
Can we do a quick litmus test on your process?
Yeah. So for those who've never watched the show, hello, Pfeiffer. For those who don't know, I keep all of my favorite tweets in a Google draft. Sometimes I put them in separate drafts. Today I've gone with one draft. You can tell that I have 3,700 drafts total and 10,000.500 emails in my inbox. Sometimes people get upset about this. Feel free to make fun of me or feel free to politely ignore it. Either way is fine.
Just seems
How
like
about just solidarity? Because my email looks exactly the same.
I didn't hear any of that because you guys talked over each other.
Great, perfect. We're doing great.
Masters of the form already.
Yep.
Masters of the form. Yeah, well, we're gonna just jump right in here. I forget already what tweets I put in here. We're gonna look at some tweets before we get to anything else. First tweet of the week is, oh, this is really good. Have you guys seen this? Have you seen the Elvis segment?
The Elvis. I know that there's a movie.
This from the. Okay.
I've been trying to avoid anything having to do with this movie.
We'll talk about that. But the Elvis, he's white clip finally dropped. People are enjoying it. It has 166,000 likes, 6.7 million views of the he's white clip. We're gonna watch it right now. See what's going on.
That's the thing. He's white.
This makes me just really wish they'd gone full horror with this movie because they fucking nailed the cinematography.
So is this your first time? Is this everyone's first time seeing this?
This is my first time seeing this. It's delightful.
It is.
It's about this whole movie.
I've seen a lot of people talking about this movie. I have not seen this clip before, and it is better than I expected.
Is this a Baz Luhrmann movie?
This is a Baz Luhrmann movie. Yeah. So Baz Luhrmann is, of course, the Australian genius who brought us such cinematic treats as Strictly Ballroom, Romeo plus Juliet, and The Great Gatsby, the one with Leo DiCaprio in it. I did see Elvis recently. This sequence in the movie is everyone in the theater was just so charmed. We were laughing our butts off, and it was just such a joy I can't like kind of quite name how like delightful and pleasing it was to watch this in a theater with other people.
Does the tone of that scene match much else in the movie?
Yes, this is the tone of the movie. If you love this clip, you'll love the movie. Everything in the movie is like this, except for like 10 minutes near the end. But if you like, you're like, that's the level of editing and the level of absurdity. And I really just want to watch. Someone said that Tom Hanks is playing every Mike Myers character at once. If that,
I honestly, I'm watching that now. Like, why are we dealing with Colin Farrell playing the Penguin when Tom Hanks was clearly the right choice? That guy is going to get the Batman. I'm telling you.
yeah, maybe that's why you can't cast him, because it would be implausible that he would not get the Batman at the end. You're like, I don't believe Batman could take this guy.
You sold me on it. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the silent, slow turns
great.
that are just so good.
Response.
From like every racist character in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Mhm. Also, just the perfect time in like America for this clip to come out and just destroy everyone with the "he's white."
What?
It's. I also want to. I'm sure that clip would have played and gotten a ton of retweets without even more than a period before, but I think they really captured our, cultural imagination. Our moment. Our moment is fully encapsulated in that tweet.
Mm-hmm.
We can look at some of the.
We are all waiting for that clip without knowing we were.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my cowboy hat's too small.
I mean, but you're what, like half Tom Hanks's age? So maybe. Oh well, no. But to be fair, that's the bar mitzvah age kid. With him.
Yeah, is that what I have to do? I have to get a bar mitzvah and get a cowboy hat? I don't know how those work.
That's what it is. That's incredible. Thank you. That's by far the most reason to see that film.
I
world is
really have a full almost 180 on. I'm never watching this too. Oh, I am watching this as soon as I can, just to get more context for that. I don't need more context. I just crave it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna start at that clip, and then you're gonna keep watching like the 10 seconds before and the 10 seconds after, and just keep expanding outward till you've seen the whole movie.
That is the epicenter right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna recut it and do it Memento style, but everything always comes back to that clip.
That's actually the next Christopher Nolan movie structure. It's inevitable.
It's just this clip over and over with a few things added to the side.
Various characters learning that he's white. Starting from that first ripple.
I like this quote tweet. Barista Confessions. The guy who wrote this movie is a regular at my job. And every time I see another clip, I think about how bad his writing is when I serve him coffee.
I really fucking hope that's true.
What I like about the movie, because I've seen it, is the performance of Elvis is great, and the movie around him isn't boring. So it's not your typical biopic, which is like a great performance in this like aggressively mid movie. It's actually fun to watch even when Elvis isn't on screen.
Like in this clip, he's
Like,
not on screen
Yeah,
at all.
and he's not on screen at all, and it's still interesting. You're still
Mhm.
engaged.
You're still like, are you sure he's white?
The movie has not shown me that he is. Like, we're not. There could be a big twist at the end of this where it's, you know, somebody's been just making Elvis do all of his stuff, like a real Cyrano de Bergerac sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's how Elvis's life went, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. The actor. It's funny to mention Cyrano because the actor who plays BB King, I think his name is crap. I'm forgetting. But he actually stars in the movie Cyrano with Peter Dinklage. So there is an explicit Cyrano connection.
That must have been that was I was getting that vibe off of the
Mhm,
clip, so that's
mhm.
why I'm in that headspace. Yeah.
Cool. Are we ready to move on to our next tweet, everybody? Let's do it.
Let's keep them coming.
Back to the folder. Back to my favorite folder, my tweets folder.
I love your tweet folder.
This has 200,000 likes. And it says, remembering when my dad learned of the top bottom thing and said, I thought y'all just took turns. He was so real for that.
That's really sweet.
Really
Yeah, it's that's I mean I feel like that's the perfect amount of like dad thinking about it that you want. It's I considered it. I came to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Stop thinking
He's
about
showing you that he's put in the time,
Mhm.
but not too much time. You know, you don't want to get past the creepy level.
it. I did no research. I just came up with something and that made sense to me and there we go.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I made a conclusion in my head that seemed fair.
I thought how would be the most egalitarian way to do this?
It reads to me as a man of a certain generation, certain probably set of biases he's had his whole life, that got over like a good amount of them, but did not go any further. Like
He-
got
to
right to the
me-
level of comfort with it existing.
This reads as a man who's trying very hard to get with the modern era, the 50-50 marriage. You know, your turn, my turn, everything is equal, even in the bedroom, and just had a little misunderstanding about that, perhaps. But he's trying, that's my point.
Right.
To say he's right, he is trying. I love the y'all too.
Y'all
That
Y'all
was
really
something
puts it.
else about the
I
dad.
thought-
Y'all puts it in my hometown. That's
Ben, would you mind giving me a few different reads of I Thought Y'all Just Took Turns?
Yeah, okay. So this would be my friend's dad, Dale. I thought y'all just took turns. And then we go, let's see. We could do my college roommate's dad. I thought y'all just took turns. He was always very aggressive when he didn't mean to be. It was great. Let's see. Those are the two ones that spring immediately to mind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In my head, it's more of like a little more sensitive. I thought y'all just took turns.
Oh yeah. Very.
With like a little bit of shame for not knowing.
Mhm,
Oh
mhm.
no.
Yeah.
I've been so mistaken
Yeah.
all this time. I've been imagining an exact 50-50 split alternating every 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Glory be, I thought y'all just took turns.
I
Turns
thought
out there's a much more complex power dynamic than I was ready to contemplate.
what y'all do is you put out the you got a little spreadsheet and you put in whose turn did what. You keep that on there. You update it so that it's fair. You got a little counter at the bottom, so it's like I'm 2 ahead. So
Let's see. I got paid this Friday. That means it's my turn. Next Friday is my off week. That's your turn.
I'd imagined there was an app for keeping track of the distribution of turns.
Also, to be fair, someone does that. Like in this wonderful world, all these different people, there is someone who's like got a spreadsheet of turns.
oh yeah,
You know, on the family shared calendar or whatever. It's only on their 2 phones. The kids aren't seeing it. It's fine.
I do like this picture of society if we took turns.
Really do wonder how all
Yeah,
of
we
that
have a couple of
works.
his friends weighing in here. I really do
Right.
wonder how that all works.
I literally do just that. There we go. They're crying because the crying emoji is for being finally understood.
Y'all really don't take turns though?
A lot of people being like, wait, just back up a second.
I didn't know either, so no one takes turns.
Oh, people do. It's called flipping. I didn't know that.
And you have guys who are verse, which means versatile, which means they like top and bottom.
Got it.
But even so, whether or not they're versed to me would not mean they necessarily take turns. It just mean right.
So for you, it's more about the actual whose turn is it than the fact that they're doing both activities.
Yeah, like like the turn taking seems very regimented, whereas like where does the moment lead us? Shall we see? Seems more something.
Yeah, now that we're talking about it more, turn taking specifically calls to my mind children, and how like turn taking means one of them is going and the other is waiting for their fucking turn. And if we read it in that light, then the implication is that one partner is not enjoying at all times and is waiting for their turn. I don't like that read.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, see. Now I feel like that dad has is less sensitive and less enlightened than originally I thought.
Yeah, take away my sensitive tone. Go back to your threatening tone.
Yeah. Because
Like,
now he's just angry
I
that
already did the dishes this week. It's your turn.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that changes it.
I also like this reply. When one of my twins was 10, she asked me how gay men have sex. I told her, and then a day later she asked, how do they decide the top and bottom? And said, do they do tic-tac-toe?
I would hope not, because we all know that there's, a very easy way to win tic-tac-toe if you go first. So
Oh.
we all know
We all know that.
yeah. So I certainly hope not.
You're like, I don't know how they choose who does top and bottom, but I do know how you win tic-tac-toe if you go first.
how do you choose who goes first at tic-tac-toe?
Rock, paper, scissors.
It's a round of
series
this.
of games.
It's a round of this German board game that seems to have a really simple set of rules, but infinite ways that you can play it.
We've turned this whole thing into Bill and Ted and death.
Anyway, I
And that's
decided
every night sometimes. What a long day they're all having. We take
And
turns.
that's why they can't have real jobs. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be a lifestyle. Anyway, that's the lifestyle. The lifestyle is the sequence of games that you have to play in advance of having sex.
If you're a turn taker, specifically.
Right.
A
The
regimented
turn taker lifestyle.
Yeah, the turn taking. Somewhere.
All right.
we're going to move on now to a new tweet. This is has 17,000 likes, and it's called Statler and Waldorf at the Warped Tour. Are you all ready?
Feels like my life has been building to this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've seen The Offspring live, I've totally changed my mind. Yeah, now I'm pro-choice. Ha 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 ha.
God, I love them.
If this is Good Charlotte, I'd hate to see the bad one. Ha 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 ha. Here's a simple plan: get off the stage. And finally, Jimmy Eat World after Jimmy takes singing lessons. Ha 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 ha.
I have no notes. Those are perfect. God, I'm almost certain that I've used one of those at one point.
Clearly, right. So this is a perfect tweet because it sets the template for the participation in the comments.
So these comments, cute is what we aim for. I'm not sure that's where you landed. Deftones, more like tone deaf. I heard these guys were a real big fish. Why hasn't anyone thrown them back yet? Get up, kid. I'm going to get up too to leave. Less than Jake. I'd say they're also less than talented. Say anything. I'll say anything to get you to stop playing. Let's see some more.
Yeah, no, I just want to do these now. Do you mind if I leave the show?
Sure. If you ask me, Newfound Glory should stay lost.
Did anyone else on here ever go to the Warped Tour?
Oh, many times.
Yes! I went once, but it was great.
It was great. Although the first thing I thought about when you were reading the photo from this tweet was that was a pretty shitty Warped Tour.
Yeah, that's later years.
These are the later years. This is poser shit, was what I was thinking. Which goes to show how sad my life up until now maybe was.
Yeah, save it for Sarah's little gripes.
Okay.
Sarah, what year did you go to the Warped Tour?
Oh gosh, I must have gone to my first Warped Tour in do I want to say this? Probably 2002 through
I think I went before you.
Maybe a couple years after that. Let's see who is up then. Let's see.
Yeah, 1999 was my first one.
Oh, there is a Newfound Glory there. Huh? I probably loved that because I really liked them. And if you listen to it now, it's not good.
Newfound Glory. More like newfound shame.
Right. Oh,
I don't know who any of these people are.
I don't know just by pictures. I'll be honest.
Slightly too old for Warped Tour. But still
thank you.
Young enough to
thank you for saying that. That's great.
Made fun of Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte for sure deserves to be made fun of.
Yeah.
I make fun of Good Charlotte regularly.
Big song?
Lifestyles of the Rich
Anthem?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of hits.
Oh, no. FX is there. Was that AFI above it? It's great. Oh, Mighty Mighty Boss Towns. I just saw a tweet about them today. They were in Clueless. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Oh. One of them
I went to the. Oh, sorry. Go.
I think the lead singer of Mighty Mighty Boss Towns is a huge anti-vaxxer, and I think that's why they broke up.
That's great.
There seems to be some truth to that.
That meaning I would like to read more about that. Not that it's great. Just.
And they made a
Thanks for
playlist.
the memories.
I believe they also. Yeah, so that's right. Okay. They did a George Floyd tribute that did not land the way one should.
It didn't land with
and for the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, it didn't land with clear support for one side that should have been supported, and it had some basically like I don't want to say too much because I need to remember like exactly what it was, but I think it was basically like have some sympathy for the cops.
Cool. I mean, when you think of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones doing a George Floyd tribute, I mean, they're not the first band that comes to mind of like, you know, who really would rally for the cause.
Mm-hmm.
The
Who's
Mighty Mighty
got
Boss
something
Tones.
to say about this?
I mean, we were all. I feel like there was a moment though, right, where we were all going, "What do the ska bands think?"
Can I tell you my theory about Can I tell you my theory about Mighty Mighty Boss Tones?
Please.
I have this theory that they're at their best when their songs are about how they're they can't think. They have like their best songs are like "Where Did You Go?" and like their best lyrics are like I like dropped my shoes on the floor, couldn't see where they went. Where I went for. I don't know anything. Where are you? Where are my things? Like the song. The impression that I get is just about nothing bad has ever happened to me. But it seems like it would suck. Like I love it. I love like their songs that are just like about how dumb they are.
Right.
I feel like it's really hard to segue from that into like political music.
Yeah, like in that song, he says he hasn't even had to knock on wood yet. It's all like,
yeah, no, none of the thoughts in that song make sense. They're not. They don't make sense internally. Each individual's thought, and they don't back each other up.
Right.
And it fucking works.
It works for one very specific lane that they're in.
One specific time, like where you could not avoid that song. You didn't mind. That was the trick.
Most trombone sales of the century that year. Probably, right?
Well, everybody was in a ska band in 1996, right?
Yeah, that's true. Trombone sales, perfect. Now these are all for sale on Facebook Marketplace because they're running out of space in their garage. The people that bought them in '96.
I hope people are taking good care of those trombones. I feel
Okay.
like I've seen me a poorly maintained trombone, and they don't move.
Yeah, if you don't take care of your brass instruments, they are. My parents held on to my high school trumpet for a long time, hoping that one day I might pick it up again, and I did not. And it is.
They hoped you might pick it up.
Oh no! I hate that I love that joke.
Well, that sounds like a good time to move on. When you make a pick it up joke, sounds like we got to pick up the pace of the show. I really love this sketch. This is a minute-long sketch, and I haven't seen The Bear yet, but I did love watching the sketch. So if you will all humor me, I want to show you the show The Bear, but the restaurant only serves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and water. We're going to real fast. We're going to watch this sketch. I love it very much.
Chefs, fire 14 peanut butter jelly sandwiches now. Let's go. Wait, maybe that's 22 peanut butter jelly sandwiches already. Let's go, Chef. Let's do it right.
Chef, 86 peanut butter. We're out of peanut butter.
Fuck. Are you trying to fuck me right now? Practice, Chef. Are you my wife? It seems like you're trying to fuck me right now.
No, Chef. I found the peanut butter. Chef, it's on the jelly.
Thank you, Kay. I'm glad somebody's talking. What is this?
Peanut butter jelly sandwich, Chef.
Chef, this is a jelly and peanut butter sandwich. Can we do it right, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go. Serve it. Substitute milk for water. Well, tell her we only have water.
86 water. Come on inside.
Damn! I need 47 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches now. Fire everything you have for the love of God.
Delicious.
So I have to ask, has anyone seen The Bear? And if so, or if not, does this sketch make any sense?
Does it really catches the like a good 60% of the show is people yelling at each other in a kitchen. It's good. I love the show. I don't often love people yelling at each other in small spaces. So if my description turned you off from it, but you like really good acting and storytelling, I still think it's worth a shot.
I have not seen The Bear, but I have worked in enough restaurants in my youth to tell you that is 1,000% accurate to life.
And I also have not seen The Bear, though I have seen many recommendations that it's a wonderful show. But I think this is just a basic sketch that stands on its own anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous and funny.
Well, and that's why it's good also, because like the joke is just really funny. And if you know The Bear, like you'll get some of the shot references, like the receipt thing going crazy is a shot reference. And like there's this interesting thing in the show that they do a good job with, like they're yelling at each other, but they always say, "Yes, chef." And they're actually, other than one character, pretty nice to each other. So I feel like that also basically came through. It's a really good sketch.
Someone writes, I've never seen the show, but this was such an accurate depiction of kitchen life that I got PTSD flashbacks and immediately smoked a Camel R Blue TM cigarette while sitting on a milk crate by a dumpster.
Which
Oh,
is
God, I feel that
certainly
entire soul.
And that cigarette break is like a beat every third of an episode.
For me personally, they were reds, but otherwise that is spot on.
So what's the difference between a red and a blue, Ben?
Reds were, if I recall my early 20s correctly, unfiltered and therefore tasted better and were much, much worse for you.
The blues were the reds were.
The reds were the ones that were just terrible for you. So of course I like those the most.
Yes. Also, if you
Ooh, and there's a soda.
If you Google Camel Red, it'll just give you a bunch of camels. You just specify.
I'm assuming they don't make them anymore because woof.
Oh yeah, that I remember Camel Reds.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember them too.
fully unfiltered cigarette, Ben. Yeah, which I guess that was what American Spirits were. So this was Camel's American Spirit competitors. That I think.
That was so that I could smoke an American Spirit while still making fun of the people who smoked American Spirits. Yeah.
Well played.
So Camel Reds and American Spirits are like equivalent?
American
They've been
Spirits
both
were
making fun of or using native people on their packaging. Yes.
yes.
Seems
And
so.
Oh,
So-
that was...
in college in Minnesota between 2001 and 2005, there were like two hipster cigarettes. One was American Spirits because they were unfiltered and like theoretically had like less chemicals in them, and then Parliaments were the other one because they had like, I don't know, the filter was like harder or something like that, and
Yeah.
the packaging
I was never a
looked nice.
smoker, but like all of my friends were, and there's something about packing Parliaments that was different. I don't know.
I smoked for a year.
Smokers make me feel dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
There were people with far more sophisticated and intricate takes, and mine were, I like this one the most.
Mhm.
I had a friend growing up whose mom smoked Misties, which were these long, thin lady cigarettes. They were like the size of a match. They were very
Yeah. They look like they're the length of like a pretzel
Yeah.
cigar almost, but
right.
skinny.
Their ashtray would just be full of like 100 Misties. Oh, they're slim and sassy.
I love like Misty. Like this isn't smoke, this is mist.
Mhm. This is just a misty puff.
Mine were Pall Mall Blues, which I smoked because they were cheap and none of my friends smoked them, so that was my hipster choice.
There you go.
Yeah, they
Did
looked
you all
very
ever do that taste test in like science class to see if you were a taster or a non-taster? Does anyone remember this?
What was this? Was this a DNA thing? What is this?
No, yeah, it is like a genetics thing, but I remember in like early high school biology, they passed out these sheets of paper and everybody would taste them and tell the teacher if they could taste it or if they couldn't taste it. And if you were a non-taster, you were supposed to be much more likely to smoke, and I never smoked because of that.
Interesting.
Their stupid shit worked on me.
Good. I guess good on them.
I guess good on them, but apparently if you can't taste this certain thing that will bother you, you're more likely to like vinegar foods and cigarettes and things that taste bad to other people. I just now realized that was like an anti-drug move. Like
Right.
just had a revelation.
Yeah. We're gonna tell half of these kids
Go start smoking.
that they're just not likely to enjoy smoking.
Right.
It's
No, I was gonna be too likely. I was gonna be addicted forever.
Oh.
That was the line that they gave me.
Yeah.
You're gonna really love the subtle
You're gonna
taste.
love it because you won't taste the horribleness.
I could just like keep looking up pictures of blue tongues. I just think it's really funny that that's how all of this is communicated visually.
By drinking soda, yeah.
It's blue candy corn? Not candy corn, blue cotton candy. Blue cotton candy gets you all blue.
Yeah, I think I think the gist of this is that there is more than one type of cigarette. That's what I'm taking away from the there's at least 3, and also that this is very true to being in a restaurant. If you haven't seen the funny Bear sketch yet, definitely catch it. It's on Tommy Bayer Times account. A member of the We Cool podcast. Now I want to take a little break because I wanted to. Our great friend David Thomas made a video for this stream, and I wanted to bring it up because we've been asking him, like, we want to see your muscles more on the stream in general. And if you could do us a solid, Eddie.
Well, part of this is also that at one point he said, if I make a flexing vid, like, will you guys post them? We said, of course, immediately, and he said he would, and then he didn't.
Right.
So we've been waiting for more of these.
I'm sure it was editing, all of that sort of stuff. You had to write it first.
Your life, you're flexing, I imagine.
His muscles are always amazing. He could flex at any time.
Yeah. And so he said that this is sort of more of a preview for what's to come. A very ominous message. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm excited to watch it all with you right now. This is the world premiere of David's new flexing video. Let's watch it together. Here we go.
Hello, honorable mentions. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Adi. Hello, Sarah and Ben. Welcome to a Fortress of Flexitude. Apparently, I got some important news about this segment. Apparently, people don't just want fun flexing videos. They want fucking Citizen Kane with edits and amazing sound design. Well, if you want amazing sound design, donate to my Venmo here. so I can build a video booth in my house. Until then, y'all want edits, you'll get fucking edits. Fucking edits. Fucking edits. Fucking edits.
Y'all be loving this shit right here. IMP, Biscuit is right here.
So there was no flexing in that
There was
video.
no flexing.
Yeah, so even the big muscly guys weren't actually flexing.
Was Limp Bizkit ever at a Warped Tour? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
No, they did Family Values.
That's right. I'm sorry.
And I know if you go by multiple documentaries from last year, they were very much part of Woodstock 99.
I have not seen that yet, and I want to. But about David's muscles, I thought the edits were great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know that he felt self-conscious because we were making fun of him last week or 2 weeks ago because he would he clearly like hadn't prepared anything while he was talking, so he was doing a lot of umming and ahhing, and we're like, come on, David, this isn't live. So I feel like he went a little far in the other direction when we all we wanted to do is just like know what you were going to say.
So he
Yeah,
like, subtweeted you through this video.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. And
Mhm.
and he left out the point of the segment.
I mean, you can see his muscles here.
You can.
There's still no flexing though. I think that's the real trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also asked him if he could like be more of like a himbo figure, but I feel like
Big.
he's doubling down on not being a himbo. I feel like
Maybe
he's
he misunderstood. He thought you wanted him to flex on you.
um,
Like,
That's what it was.
you know,
Mm,
like the other use of that term.
that's right there. Yeah.
This was a flex video.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
was an edited flex video. Still very tinny echoes. Ooh, I see what's happening here.
Oh, yeah, this thing.
We've gone to the realm of
The vulva loom.
So I want to turn off the volume because I'm afraid that our video will get kicked off of Twitch. But I did want to show this collage of tweets that I made earlier this week. These are a bunch of quote tweets that I believe you'll see an emerging theme emerge from them as you see them.
Can you tell us the song you chose for it?
In Jesus' name, God of Possible by Katie Nicole. It's a real good song. I actually was kind of vibing to it. But I did feel the need to compile these because I did love how many people will make the same joke. Hopefully you can all see the joke. Hopefully you can all see the tweets. And I just like love that if you put this picture online, you will get 1,000 people making a Zussy joke, sort of their own accord. This is not. I don't think they saw each other's tweets. I don't think they were inspired by each other. I think they just all thought this separately.
Yeah, that's why we go to Twitter. Is there's one person who like added just like 2 or 3 extra words, or really like puts a oomph on it, and then everybody who made this same joke was like, "Ah, that was the one. If I had taken 3 more seconds to compile this joke in my brain, that's the tweet I would have made."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really surprised that this many people thought pussy was the word to use with this. Like they didn't get any more creative than that. The beginning of the word changes pretty significantly. You have like Christ, Jesus, stigma. No variation in the end of the word. Pussy all around.
I think people online are really addicted to the ussy suffix.
Mm-hmm.
People have really gone wild with it, and now it's almost like if you've ever seen that movie about the zombies who start repeating words and phrases from Canada, it's kind of like that. It's like once you get the ussy suffix in your head, it's really hard to think of other words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is also my first time on TikTok on a browser on a desktop. So now I also get to enjoy this weird platform in this way that it was clearly not meant to be watched or looked
I
at.
didn't know you could do that.
Me neither.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I am racking my brain trying to think of other jokes in this realm. I cannot think of anything. What goes with vulva? What goes
Son
with
of
labia?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm thinking Gina.
Yeah.
Gina is one suffix for sure.
Son of Mangina.
Something about Jesus's lips. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to think of it later, after the show, and I'll let you know.
Thank you. Please feel free to mention 2MB Studios when you have this idea so that we can retweet it to our followers. I'm sure they want to know.
I'm just sitting here working on it.
Right.
Which I think is the best use of the form.
Trying to find the right.
I'm going to need some paper later. Write that out.
Yeah, we're gonna solve this problem. So we have a couple more tweets to look at in the meantime. David Thomas writes, "Coming in on Christ, pussy all around." I don't know what that means. It sounds like a song lyric, but it might be something else. For this one, I really do enjoy a good joke tweet that is funny, and I really like this one. It's from Cool Girl Online. He's already on Twitter. And they have 29,000 likes, and the tweet goes like this: Sesame Street should have a character named Bigger Bird that's identical to Big Bird, but so huge the top of his body is cut off, so you never see his face, and he doesn't talk.
No notes.
Yeah.
She goes on,
Send it to PBS.
Yep. I always know that Adia is enjoying a joke when it just sounds like we're in a windstorm. We just I'm like, I feel like you're just blowing directly on the mic because you're so cute.
I do think the second tweet in this thread of the characters don't acknowledge him, but he's in every shot is very funny because there's some idea in my head that like he's so huge he can't even get far enough out of the studio to like be out of a shot ever. And so it's like a foot, a toe, that's how big this bird is. And also it really reminds me of old school Muppet Babies where you would see Nanny's legs, but you would never see the rest of her. She was so much bigger than them.
Nanny could
not new school Muppet Babies.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm, fuck me. No, at all.
I was right there. I was right there.
We were all there together. It's okay. Yeah. I also did recently see an episode of Sesame Street where Big Bird calls his grandmother and asks her how to build a nest. And she just sort of tells him she's not sure how she knows, which is a funny concept, like how do birds know how to build a nest? And she's like, just go get the stuff, you'll know. Like, go pick up some sticks and you'll just know. And he does, and then he does.
My favorite nests are pigeon nests. Have you guys seen these?
I have seen these. These are great.
I want to see like a real. It's like a real shitty one. These are almost like too good.
I've seen like pictures
you
of them on
look
like
for-
an air conditioner in the city where it's just like 3 twigs. Oh, that's sad.
There we go. That's
Shitty. Yeah.
oh, wow.
Oh, these pigeons. Yes, Jess, I'm with you on that. I do want to go back to the horrible advice that Sesame Street episode teaches, but anyway.
I think it's just more commentary on birds than it is on life advice. Like, how do they fucking know what they're doing with those sticks?
Okay, but so this has been like my long-standing problem with Sesame Street is like, at what point is Big Bird a stand-in for you, the viewing toddler, and at what point is Big Bird a literal bird? Because it seems to vary wildly.
So that's
Can't
the
you be
problem.
both?
I just want some
I mean,
consistency.
But that's not how like toddlers process stuff. They don't process with consistency.
It's true.
For
all I know, my
wait, what's
toddler
that?
thinks she is a bird. I don't know.
All right,
Like,
so
who knows what
above
they think.
third in above that,
Mhm.
blue things. Thank you. The
Is
fuck?
this more needles and sad?
It's a hole.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of plastic stuff. It's from Pinterest, which I've never been able to like open Pinterest on a browser and not regret it. So I do not want to click on Pinterest right now. But we can look at some more shitty nests.
That one's really shitty.
Mhm.
Because they just packed them in behind a pipe or drain pipe.
Didn't we just like domesticate pigeons and then like abandon them and let them reproduce in cities everywhere, and they're not supposed to be like anywhere? Isn't that? Yeah. So
I
is
didn't
it- it's not their
we didn't
fault.
personally.
I did.
Sarah-
I just let my pigeons go.
I'm
Take care of
learning.
yourself.
I'm
You
learning a
took
lot
them in from the wild. You got them.
Cigarette
You got
butt
them
now.
comfortable.
Yeah, the cigarette butt nest really ties the show together, doesn't it?
Hmm. Yeah, we've got a great theme. Butts.
But yeah, so if you want to see some bad nests, feel free to Google bad nests or shitty nests. With regard-
Favorite also was Carol skating in a full adult bird costume. So this bigger Big Bird is so huge. I just want to remind everyone of that. Big Bird was not like an arm puppet. He was like a bigger than full-size person.
Yeah, Carol Spinney, not a small human.
No. And there he is roller skating.
I forgot that Big Bird roller skated.
I think he kind of like floats in the show, but I don't know, I must have seen some like behind the scenes thing.
It depends on the era. More recent Big Bird walks, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Like in this weird like lumbering like
Yeah, they've got
Like-
that HBO money now, so
well and like
For
going
now
on
he
with
can
the,
walk.
with the inconsistency thing, like it's sort of a birds thing, but not really.
Yeah. I prefer the whimsy myself.
have we seen the international Big Birds?
Yes.
Oh, can we go
Why
to Israel's, which is Kipi Ben Kipod, a porcupine?
They don't even have a big bird.
No, they replaced. Oh,
These are
that's
just
funny.
big birds from
Those are the
Israel.
large birds from Israel. But yeah, no, the big bird role got replaced by that porcupine.
Wow.
More
Yeah.
relatable or
I mean, you
You
could
know the
go
reason?
into some cultural. I don't know the reason. I mean, here's my initial guess: is like the Israeli kind of identity. They describe themselves as the sabra, which is the cactus that has the fruit on the inside, so like the porcupine, this character was very sweet but had the spiky quills.
I
I
see.
wonder
So
if that's
perhaps
what they're
more-
going with.
yeah.
No, I'm
Personally,
personally not.
we're big birds. Are we all?
Okay, we can look at more international big birds.
Yeah, go for big birds.
The American big birds.
I like Sarah's like, I don't care for this one. Here we go. We can go to, I think this is the Brazilian.
Montoya. Yeah, that's the one that I am most familiar with.
Is that Mexico?
Yes.
I would like to see South Africa's because BJ, friend of the show, works on South Africa and Sesame Street.
Okay. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's Plaza Sesamo. Sesamo.
Plaza Sesamo.
I do like the concept of Sesame Street characters wearing costumes. I think that's kind of fun. I do like this really upsetting big bird.
Terrifying.
That's Fitz's fun facts.
I don't like that.
I also like, I'm like, who's that guy? I don't know him.
That looks like large rat.
I also just love Sesame Street characters that are just like, what if a woman was a Muppet?
Very true.
I think it would go a little something like this. But yeah, if you like birds and bigger birds and variants of Big Bird, the internet has you covered. We're going to move on just for sake of time. We're going to move on to the last couple tweets. Let's see which ones I have stored in the tweet docket. This one, a huge fan favorite. This one has 95.5 thousand likes.
I like this one.
When I lay down in a cozy bed, you know I'm going to be on my me, and honk shoe type shit.
Yeah, I am a sucker for when people spell out honk shoe. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely, same. I hate that this tweet reminds me of another tweet, but it does. Back when everyone was doing that, like there are two monsters that live inside you format. And it was like, and one of them snores me, and the other snores like honk shoe. And it just really made me laugh. To think of like, you know, two different, like the angel and the devil on her shoulder. Honk shoe.
Why are you, as a man, not creeping slowly through your dark house and whispering, is anyone there?
There it is.
Oh, two wolves. Yes, I said two monsters, but you knew what I meant.
Yeah, I did.
I think a wolf is a type of monster.
Not in Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I don't care what nerds think.
So, like a bard?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're always singing. They got that one song. There it is.
To them, it's a lot of different songs.
I do love any tweet, though, about just how much people love to sleep, because I love to sleep.
Are you good at it?
Oh, I'm so good at it.
Oh, fuck.
Really, really
I love
good.
it, and I'm really bad at it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm probably too good at it. It takes up too much of my day.
I am good at the sleep on couch during an inopportune time.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Because I'm so bad at the other sleep, I excel at that kind of sleep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like, when I have my warm milk, you already know what time it is.
Squooshy couch. I like grown-ups talking like kids.
You're never going to find a better word for it than squooshy.
No, someone's already done the work.
Yeah. It's almost as good as sploot, which is another word I learned today. Have you guys heard of splooting?
Splooting?
Yeah.
Nope.
Is it what I think it is? No.
It's a technical term from the
Oh, good. Then no.
from the NYC Parks Department. If you see a squirrel lying down like this, don't worry. It's fine. On hot days, squirrels keep cool by splooting, stretching out on cool surfaces to reduce body heat. It is sometimes referred to as heat dumping.
Oh wow, yeah, splooting is
It got worse.
And get used to it. This is the coolest summer of the rest of your lives. Hashtag Sarah's Little Greats.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're all learning.
Corgis do sploot. That's true.
Let's sploot, y'all.
Oh,
I
Jordan.
occasionally sploot at the beach. It's like a move. That's a me move at the beach.
I feel like sploot is a little too graceful, and what I do actually is a heat dump.
Is it a splitting hours on your? Are you on your heat dump shit? But yeah, that's the Hong Kong shmoo hours tweet. We got one more tweet to go. We're almost done.
One more fucking tweet.
One more
Fucking
tweet
go.
to go.
Fuck yeah.
I love this tweet.
This one was A+.
It's a little political. It's 220,000. First, they came for Roger Stone, and I said, great. Next, they came for Alex Jones, and I said, good news. Then they came for Donald Trump, and I said, this is also excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been there's been some delicious news. Also, I think this is M. Night Shyamalan's at least second appearance on the show.
Oh, really? What did we have him before?
I don't know, but that I don't forget that name.
You don't forget M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
I do particularly love this tweet because so many people on, I guess what we'll call the right, are currently being like, they could come for you.
Yes.
Sort of in that same format of, everybody tweeting like first they could, we all know that quote about, and then there's no one left. They're acting like Donald Trump getting arrested by the FBI is the same as that. So this tweet is just extra great.
Did Alex Jones's like weird lawyer actually invoke this poem? Have I just been paying too much attention to that? I really hate how much attention I paid to that.
I don't know, but I'd fucking love that guy, and I'd watch him do anything.
The thing about
I hope he continues doing what he's doing, but
you're like, don't get too busy. We need you for certain things. But I just like love the poem. I love it when right wingers use the poem because at a certain point, the they in the poem is you. We came for the Jews, and no one said anything. Then they came for us, and we were like, no.
And we were like, oh, now they can come for just anybody. Like,
how do I come for myself?
You come for yourself. It depends on whether you are switching partners, if you are taking turns.
Right.
Sets them up, you knocks them down.
It was a big week on Twitter.
It was.
For this stuff. A very big week.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter was really hungry for a week like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was, nice. There was a long stretch where Rachel was getting the only good tweets of the week. And today you said this was some of the best tweets of the week because people were happy on Twitter.
People were happy on Twitter.
Oh, they weren't just complaining.
They weren't just complaining.
They were making jokes.
They were actually making jokes. And I just did want to, before I hand it over to Adi, I did want to point out that people were surprised when I pointed this out. They said, Rachel, how could everyone make a Sufjan Stevens joke? Is he even that popular? And I told them, because as you see, everyone's making the same joke about Ezra Miller and Sufjan Stevens, about how Ezra Miller is going to do a crime in every state. And I have an anecdote about this phenomenon where things you don't expect to be extremely popular become jokes that everyone tells. First of all, when WAP came out, Wet Ass Luigi was one of the top jokes. If you look up Wet Ass Luigi,
This is both horrifying and also not surprising at all.
Waluigi says Wet Ass Luigi. This was a joke that I feel like it was a crime not to tell this joke. Like there's hundreds of people making the same joke. So people will make this same joke if you let them. The biggest version of this with the purportedly the most obscure subject matter was when everyone made the same joke about clap your hands, say yeah. I'm going to write wash your hands, say yeah. During the beginning of the pandemic, during the pandemic, everyone did wash your hands, say yeah. And I can't find it now, but I swear to God, everyone was making a joke about this being a COVID band.
March 5th.
Artists on the My Coronavirus mix, wash your hands, say yeah. Reinvented band with a name that reflects current times, wash your hands, say yeah. My favorite band is Wash Your Hands, Say Yeah, often abbreviated. So I'm like, if Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah can be a viral joke, then so can Sufjan Stevens.
I don't know who would not understand that reference, just to let you know.
Thank you.
I totally get it.
Thank you.
And he'll never finish those. So if Ezra Miller doesn't do the majority of those crimes, that's also great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, follow through on the bit and don't complete it.
Yeah.
By not completing it.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash, of course, opens next summer. No matter.
I just can't wait for the scene where they discover that the Flash is white. They're white.
Anyway, those are the tweets of the week. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you for sharing those tweets with me. They were some tweets I wanted everyone to see. And now we're going to move on to the Adi portion of the show. Adi, can you explain your segment on the show?
Sure thing. So when I joined this program, I was the person who really missed almost everything that happened on Twitter. My main corner of the internet was parent Facebook groups, where many a very low effort meme does well, like pixelated memes. So I was initially finding parenting memes every week that I loved, but that were maybe just very crappily made. And then Rachel challenged me to instead be the change that I want to see in the world. And so now I make a meme every week about parenting, and I share it here. I share it on Parenting Facebook, and now they're starting to make their way to Twitter as well. It's just taken off like gangbusters, this segment.
Parenting Facebook is a wild west of the internet. The things you see there.
So,
wow.
Yeah. It's a place where everyone's comfortable talking about everything.
Everything. Really, wild things.
So speaking of wild things, I think that's a nice segue into this week's meme.
God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As always, that's the best reaction a meme can get is a little bit of quiet and then an audible chuckle.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm going for. But yeah,
I feel like you love this picture. I feel like you've used it before.
I love this picture too.
Before. It's a really good picture. Before
I think I
love the movie. I love Airplane. Yeah.
This is me before I take the temperature. Me knowing what I have to do, knowing how hard it's going to be to get it in there. I'm sweating, but forget waiting for it.
How long is the child going to cry after?
How hard will I have to hold them down?
Yeah, right. will I be right? I will be forcibly. How forcibly will I be restraining my child?
I will chime in now as the elder parent. There are details about this that I have forgotten. I know intellectually that I had to do this, but I have forgotten any individual time that I had to do it. So hang in there.
There's going to be a time where they can keep a thermometer in their mouth. It's going to be so great.
I just got the zapper.
We use the zapper, but I find it inconsistent.
It's
and I
very
don't love
inconsistent.
Yeah.
I will only go this route if the zapper reads high enough first.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, my kid will only let me zap her when she's sleeping. So
that's not consent.
I'm talking about the forehead one.
No, I know it's fine too.
Wait, what's the other kind
just
of
your
zapper?
phrasing of letting.
I just wanted to make sure we were clear. I'm not taking her rectal temperature while she sleeps.
I got you.
But there's not a rectal zapper.
Not that I know of. That doesn't mean it doesn't.
I mean,
exist.
there is, but it's not for children.
It's on a different spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in a relationship that uses ones, some people think you have to take turns.
Mm-hmm.
As someone without kids, it had not occurred to me that you couldn't give them, that you couldn't make them take the temperature in the mouth way, that you have to stick it in their butt. And it would also not occur to me that this would be a real trial for the person doing it until it was pointed out to me moments before.
Oh man, yeah. May you never have to give a rectal temperature. I mean, I think it's definitely worse for the child. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of also part of the cycle of like awful emotions that I have around it. Mm-hmm. No one's happy. No,
it's not a fun event.
And yet it's like, you know, our pediatrician is like, yeah, if you want a really accurate one with your small child, like that's the one.
That is like, they would go do it the right way. If you did you do a temperature? Yes, we did the armpit. Nope. Go do it the right way and then call us back.
Right.
I would.
They're tyrants. These nurses on the hotline.
I would love to be able to get a mercury thermometer because I feel like they're less inconsistent. Can't get one anymore.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Is it because mercury's bad or because we're out of mercury?
Don't know. I would think it's because mercury's bad. I remember my parents breaking a few of them when we were little. Actually, the first time I ever heard my mom swear was when I was homesick and she dropped the thermometer on our slate floor in the hallway. And she was like, shit, there's mercury everywhere. And I was like, because, you know, Catholic house.
Sarah, there's someone selling a product called Old Mercury Thermometer on eBay for $18 free shipping.
I can't put that in my child's butt. I'm sorry. Nope. I just feel like, you know, when you didn't get a different reading every time when they were mercury.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You watched it go up.
You tilt it, get the thick line.
You wait till it settles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
None of this. What is it? Once it says 97, now it's 101. Which is it? Come on.
Like I was in the exact same spot.
Right.
Man.
Rachel, my vet did let me know, in case this is useful to you, that you can use an ear thermometer on your dog.
Oh, cool.
You don't have to do the rectal temp when you're nursing your dog.
Oh, thank you. For those viewers at home, I was talking about before the show about how I'm now officially my dog's nurse because I do have to give him his pills and also help him stand up. Sometimes as early as 6:30 in the morning because he needs to move.
That is early.
It is really early. But he's doing great. You know, he's still kicking around.
It's really cute.
It's very cute.
A+6.
Yeah. He is. We always talk about how he is the handsomest and most charming member of our family, and I still think that's true. Guys, I think we are reaching the end of the show. It feels like it.
Do you all feel that? We feel it? Okay.
I'm not going to say that I don't now. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to say, yeah.
Like, we all feel it.
We could also just end this when Ben's asleep because he'll let us.
That's true. Ben is on his honk honk shmoo shmoo.
Flute.
I really wish I could just like reach off camera and like put on the cap, but I feel like he probably doesn't have a cap within arm's reach. There it goes.
No, it's not that.
You were about to blow my mind. My mind's fine. Before we say goodbye, first Sarah and then Ben, is there anything you'd like to plug or tell our viewers about?
Sure. I would love all of our viewers who have not come down to Union Comedy to come out, check out a show, or come visit us at our festival. If you're a fan of Rachel Andelman, which I hope many of you are, you should come check her out at one of our jams on Sunday. That's it.
CSC Boston, Rossi Square Theater, Saturday nights.
Comedy is alive. Oh, Adi.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making a return emeritus comedy sports appearance the Saturday after next. So that's fun.
If there's one thing you can't say is that comedy is dead in the greater Boston area. Clearly it's alive and we're all engaged in it. So go see a show because you should and because we'll be there. Guys, this has been another highly successful episode of Honorable Mentions. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
And thank you, Eddie. We are here every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time. I forget which one it is right now. Eastern Time. And we are going to be looking at more tweets as the weeks progress. Guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Good night, good luck, and good posting.